Today, basically, we're going to focus on IELTS listening. First of all, we will work on MCQ, I mean, multiple choice question, then MMCQ, multiple choice question. Availability of our time, then we may work on math completion as well. So let's keep going. You can see one of the sample question here. Question 11 to 16. Choose the correct letter A, B, or C. Then you can see the title, Street Play Scheme. Now my question is that, what will you do? What will be your approach to solve the MCQ in the exam? It is one of the difficult types of questions for many of the IELTS takers. What is the approach you do apply?
Read the question and the multiple choice.
Okay. All right. You know that IELTS listening means three tasks together, the multitask. You will listen, you will read, you will write. I repeat, you need to read, you need to listen, you need to write. That's why it's sometimes quite difficult. However, for MCQ, you need to select the right answer, A, B, or C. So now I'm going to give you the guidelines. Right after that, we'll play the audio and we will work together. And then we'll figure out our difficulties or our strengths. If you are a right-hander, I mean, your dominant hand is right hand. You should put the pencil in the right hand. Just see. And in your left hand, okay, left hand, you will give your hand on the question. I mean, A, B, or C. I repeat, right hand, you will move. Right hand, you will use to write or to mark the but left hand will help you to keep the sequence. So just see the first question. When did the street play scheme first take place? Remember, reading the options will not help you a lot. But if you read the questions very carefully and understand it, during the time of audio playing, it will help you to get the answers accurate. All right? So what will we do?
Okay.
When did the street play scheme first take place? Okay, they are talking about the time. But what? Street play scheme first. Just see here. First take place. Remember, they may mention all three options, 2, 3, 6. Your job is not only hearing the answer. Your job is okay, to understand when he's talking about the first take place. Just see street play scheme. They'll mention it clearly. How often? Again, the time, okay, is a Beachwood Road close to traffic now? Just see. Beachwood Road. It will help you to get the answer location. I mean, to maintain the sequence. Close to traffic now. Just see. Who is responsible? Just about a person for closing the road. Which road? Just you can see a Beachwood Road. Residents who want to use their cars. They're talking about the residents who want to use their cars. Something, okay? Later we'll go to the option. Alice says that street. Alice, it means, okay, it is part two and we will get a dialogue. We know that in part two we get dialogue. So two individuals are talking about here. Alice says that street play schemes are most needed in where? Well, there is, okay, and so on. What has been the reaction? What has been the reaction of whom? Residents who are not parents. The residents, but they are not parents. Remember, if you read the questions very carefully and you get understand it, it is quite easy to get the correct answer. Okay, so I have done reading the question. I mean, now the thing is that what will you do in the real exam? Okay, you'll just read like this. When did the street play scheme? You will underline street play first take place. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 6 years ago, 3 years ago. How often is the beach road closed to traffic now? You'll underline beach road, then close traffic now. Once a week, okay, Saturdays and Sundays, once a month. Who is responsible for closing the road? A council office, the police, local wardens. Residents who want to use their cars have to park in another street. Just see, have to park in another state, must drive very slowly, drive slowly, need permission from a warden. Alice said that street play schemes are most needed in where wealthy areas, quiet suburban areas, quiet suburban areas, areas with heavy traffic, suburban areas, okay, wealthy areas. What has been the reaction of residents who are not parents? Many of them were unhappy, just unhappy at first. They like seeing children. They like seeing children play in the street. They're surprised by the lack of noise. So now let's keep going, okay, with the play audio and just give a look and try to answer the questions. And remember, in the real exam, why many students, okay, make some of the answers wrong? Because they get stressed. First of all, you need to release the stress. Second thing, you need to listen to the audio very carefully. In the IELTS examination, specifically in listening part, you should have to give your 100% concentration on the listening. I mean, you need to listen. You need to listen very carefully. As soon as the audio is played, don't give your concentration in any other places. For example, if you may miss one question, don't get panicked. But please don't lose the sequence. 11, 12, 13, 14. For example, I do repeat, if you miss question number 13, don't get panicked. Go to directly 14, 15, and so on. As you know that in order to answer band 7, you need just to correct 40 questions. In order to answer band 6, you need to correct only 23 questions. So you don't need to deal with all 40 questions. But the good thing is that there is no negative answer. There is no negative marking. So you shouldn't keep any of the answer empty. You must have to write your answer. Okay, so I hope you got the ideas how to solve the MCQ. Should I play the audio now?